Hi everybody, thanks for pressing play on the video today. It's Caroline here from craftycarolinecreates.com. Today's project is this really interesting shaped gift box which uses product from the Sale-a-bration and the new Spring Summer catalogue which launched tomorrow, the 4th of January. Though I think you're probably going to be able to order from about midnight tonight, so that is really exciting. This stamp set that I've used to make the background is actually one that you can get absolutely free during Sale-a-bration. If you spend £45 on any Stampin' Up product, you could get that stamp set for free. And this ribbon is also available for free during Sale-a-bration. This lovely stamp in the middle is one that you do need to buy though. This is a really lovely gift box. It is decorated on both sides because I do like to make sure that it looks just as good from the back as it does from the front. I hate when you buy tops. It's one of my pet hates when you buy clothes and they've decorated the front beautifully and then the back's plain. But anyway, you can open this ribbon, just undoes, and then inside we have a really big, really good, decent size space that you can fill with lots of lovely goodies and just a really unusual design at the sides, I think. So, should I stop talking and we'll put this to one side and I can show you exactly how I made it. So we're going to start with some stamping, and you need some mats of Whisper White cardstock. You need 2 of them measuring 2 3/4 inches by 4 inches. Those are those there. I'm going to use, as I said, Tempting Turquoise. It is my New Year's resolution to try and use some different Stampin' Up colours. So Tempting Turquoise is not one I use a lot. And we are going to use, as I said, the Delicate Detail stamp set that you can get absolutely free during Sale-a-bration, which starts tomorrow. And what I've done is I've just picked out 3 of these lovely lacy patterns. Picked out this one, and this one. And I've just gone ahead and mounted them up on, this is Clay Block I. And the easiest way I find to do that is just to lie them down on your grid paper. Maybe I should have showed you how to do that. I can show you this one. Is to just lie it down on your grid paper so you get it nice and straight. And then you can come in with your clear block. Just make sure that is straight. And then just pick that up. And I've just lined those up on top of each other to make it a little bit quicker for stamping. Of course you can, that one's not quite straight at the end, is it? There we go. Shouldn't have taken it off. I had it perfect. There we go. Just to make it a bit quicker on our stamping. So what we're going to do is ink this up using our Tempting Turquoise ink pad, and just going to line my little mat up against the grid paper, and then because this is photopolymer, I'm just going to stand up, excuse me, so I can come in over the camera and look straight down and just line that up and stamp down. And you can see those gorgeous lace patterns that you get. Let's ink it up again. And again, because it's photopolymer, it makes it super easy just to line up and stamp again. And then a last time at the top. And there we go. How beautiful and pretty and quick and simple was that effect? Very is the answer, Caroline. Okay, let me sit back down. And what you need to do is you need 2 mats of that, because I like to do the front and the back of my cardstock. So this is of my box, make sure they're both nicely decorated. So this is the one I did earlier. So we've got 2 of those ready to go in a moment. Now let's do a little bit of scoring. So I have a piece of Tempting Turquoise cardstock. This measures 9.5 inches by 6 inches. Bring in my scoreboard. Okay, can you see those measurements? Let me just lift you up a little bit so you can see those. There we go. And just move the grid paper out for a second. We are going to do some very simple scoring here. So we are going to score this along the long side at 3 inches, 4.5 inches, 7.5 inches, and 9 inches. Rotate it 90 degrees, and we're going to score it just once at 1.5 inches. Okay, you can see those score lines hopefully. Oh, camera is not focusing. There we go. It's very simple. All of the dimensions, as always, will be over on craftycarolinecreates.com. I know I've been a bit tardy at putting them on recently, but I have caught up now, and all of those measurements should be on my blog at the moment for this project and all of the recent ones where they've been missing. Apologies for that. Now we need to do a little bit more scoring, and to do that you're going to need a ruler or something with a good straight edge. And where we're going to score is where we've done our scoring initially. We've created sort of two long, oh, the camera's not being my friend today, is it? There we go. We've created two long, thin triangular sections here and here. And those are the two sections we're going to do a little bit more scoring in. So the first thing we're going to do is line up from one corner to the opposite corner of those triangles. Okay, just like that. And then I'm just going to use my scoring tool, and I'm just going to press on quite hard as I go across that dimensional. Okay, can you see that? Yeah, so just across that panel there. Going to turn it round, and you're going to do it across the opposite panels. Just like that. Okay, and then where those two lines you have just created meet, we are going to draw a line from the middle of where those crosses meet up to the top of our cardstock. So you're not going all the way down, just to the center where those score lines meet. Can you see that? Yeah? And let me just do exactly the same on the other of thinner, large rectangle shapes we've made. So one diagonal and two diagonals, and then from the center out to the edge. And what you can do is just use your grid paper to help you to make sure you're getting that line straight. So I'm just making sure that my ruler on either side of the cardstock is level, and we can just go up just like that. Okay, let's do some folding and burnishing of those score lines. So the long ones that we made on the Simply Scored first, and I'll show you what we'll do about those ones we have just made. There we go. Perfect. Now those ones you've just made are just going to be a little bit harder to fold. So what we're going to do is you just need to help it a little bit and just fold the diagonal ones to begin with. So that's one. I'll just get my bone folder on there. And then the opposite way as well. There we go. Again, just get the bone folder to make that sharper crease. And then the little fold that we did, we're just going to pop that out. So effectively folding it in half, but only halfway. And then fold it back in on itself, and you'll make that sort of shape on the end of your box. Okay. Then if we do this side, the same. So fold your diagonals first, and then the second one. Okay. It looks a bit more complicated than it is, I think. It's really not that complicated. Okay, and then this one, we're just going to fold the box gently in half, but as I said, only down to the middle. And the fact you've only scored down to the middle will help stop that there. And you want to fold those so that they sort of go in on themselves, like that. Okay, all will become clearer in a moment, but hopefully you got that. Let's now do a little bit of cutting. So this end here where we have a little thin rectangle, we're going to snip that off completely. And then we're going to cut up each of these score lines. Oh, you're falling over. It's been a while since I've had a camera fall on me. Feels a little while. There we go. Okay, just like that. Oh, I'm just wedging those out, those little sections. So we got something that looks like that. Okay, So before we fold it up, we are going to stick on our lovely panels that we have just made. So they're going to go on here and here. There is going to be a big gap at the top because we need to put our ribbon through to help keep it closed, okay? So just going to use a little bit of Tombow, she says, and then realizes the Tombow looks pretty empty, so you might have to go and add some fuse. Oh no, there's some in. It just looks well used, but it is well used, but it still has some in. I hate throwing Tombows out until they are empty. Okay. So that is one piece going on there, just like that. And a second piece going on as well. Okay. Then we are going to put a little bit of fuse along this flap here. There we go. And let's fold it over. And you can see we are getting ready to start building it up. So fold in those two flaps and decide which side you want to be your front and which you want to be your back. Should we say that's the front? Yeah. So this is going to go forward, and then the flap at the front, you need to put some fuse on the underside. Whoa. Oh, lost my fuse knack. I'll get it back, just need to concentrate. And we'll fold that over to seal up our base. Then all we should need to do now is squeeze in the top, and you can see those sides kick out nicely. And to keep it closed, we're going to use another gorgeous new product, that beautiful ribbon. So let us just now punch a hole. So I'm just using my handheld punch. When you press through, and it will go through both of those. Just done that by eye. Not quite the centre, is it? But near enough. This is that gorgeous free ribbon as well. You can get this. This is the silver one, and there's a gold version. And you can get that free as well during sale-a-bration. So just going to thread that through the hole there. Oh, that's shredded a little bit, isn't it? Look how, it's a nice way to show that it does fray and actually looks quite pretty when it frays. And we're just going to pull that through a little bit more, I think, and we can just tie that off in a knot. Cut that, tie that off in a little knot, just like that. We want to get the knot a bit further down so that it helps to actually keep it closed. There we go. And those tails are a bit long, they look a bit floppy to me, but we can cut that off and then just spray those out so it looks a little bit prettier. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Just an unusual shape, isn't it? And then, as I said, we're going to put a beautiful sentiment on the top. And we are going to do that using another new stamp set. This one isn't one you can get free, unfortunately. Oh, let me put the lid back on my Tombow. This one is called That's the Tag. It comes with some really beautiful framelits, but it also, I love these little bordered circles, and the sentiments are really nice. So I have a scrap of Whisper White cardstock, and I mounted up this circle and this thanks so much here. Bring back in my Tempting Turquoise ink. Let's tap, tap, tap. Pop a foam mat underneath because it is a photopolymer set again. And look at that. I think this is, if you like the stitch shaped framelit, this is a really nice set to complement that. I think that's really pretty and very simple way of adding a nice interesting border. And then the sentiment, and because it's photopolymer, it makes it really easy to stamp that down, she says, in the centre of the circle just by eye. Okay, as I said, there are some framelits, you can use that to cut out the circle, but it also works really simply with the 1 3/4 inch punch if you want to do something really speedy, and I love speedy crafting. Okay, so I'm just going to position that in the centre. And there we go. And I would say to mount this up on dimensionals, but I don't actually have any dimensionals to hand. So I'll just hold it there and you can imagine what it looks like, and I will take pop some dimensionals on before I take a picture. So there we go, that is today's project. A really unusual shaped gift box, I think, and it's a really decent size. You can fit quite a lot of goodies in there, and I just think it's a really nice gift box that you can make using some of the beautiful, oh, I did it the wrong way, that's the front, isn't it? We decided the other side was the front. It has some really lovely goodies that you can get for free during sale-a-bration, which starts tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.